I have a question for you guys. French toast or crepes? Which one do you prefer? Because we're doing both today. So stay tuned, try them out, and let me know. Look at these French toasts. I made them with baguette bread because I had that leftover I needed to use, and regular sandwich white bread because why not? They're both good bread to use for this recipe, and it's a perfect recipe to save some stale bread that is on your counter if you don't know what to do with it. And it's pretty much what it was called in French before. It's like pain perdu, which is lost bread, which is very similar, but now we call it French toast or golden bread, pain doré. Anyway, here I'm cutting some baguette bread to make it ready for the recipe. You cut it the size you want, but I say depending on how stale your bread is, the thickness will vary. I like it a little bit thicker because I feel like when it gets soft, you have a little bit more bite when it's thicker. Then what you need to do is start to prep the mix. For the mix, I don't have a mixture for the amount of bread. I have a mixture for amount of people. What I normally do is an egg or two per person, depending if you have big eater or not. And so here we were 3 to eat. It was Link, Luigi, and I. So I cracked 3 eggs into a bowl and I added a splash of milk. Because you don't need that much milk. There's a lot of recipe that add a lot of milk and then you just end up with soggy, sweet bread. And it's not what you want. You want to have French toast, which is not just milk and toast. So you want to add a splash of milk because you still have to want some eggs. So a little bit like you would add into scrambled eggs if you like to add a little bit of milk. For 3 eggs, I would say I added between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup of milk, but it's not that much. Then you want to mix everything well, and you want to make sure that the liquid is still yellowish from the eggs and not fully white from the milk. And add some cinnamon and some vanilla, or you can do rum or orange liqueur as well. It's really tasty. To cook, you want to start by melting some butter in a non-stick pan, and you want to soak the bread into the mixture. You want it to be fully wet, fully submerged into the liquid, and fully coated. That's the word I'm looking for. Fully coated with the egg mixture. And you want the egg mixture to be still thick so that it makes like this texture of like egg around the bread when it cooks. Then you want to flip them once they are fully cooked and then you see that the mixture have solidified, I've cooked, or until they are golden. And you want to keep going until you have no more mixture. I've used some sandwich bread here. I did the same thing, cooked one side, cooked the other side, and kept flipping until they were all cooked. And the leftover egg that I had, that wasn't enough to cover a bread. I simply cooked it because it's eggs. And look at this. So pretty, so tasty. It was really, really yummy. And it's perfect with fruits or maple syrup, as well as our next recipe as well. Our next recipe is breakfast crepes. Crepes. The crepe. I don't know how to say it in English, but it's not pancakes. Please don't say pancakes is crepes. It's not the same thing. You want to do a cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I have 2 eggs here, but I corrected the mixture later and added another one. You want to add the 3 eggs, a 1.5 cups of milk or milk substitute, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and a splash of rum. You want to mix everything well. Once everything is mixed, then you add the butter. That's how I noticed it was working the best. Then you don't want to overmix the mixture because it won't work anymore. You just want to mix it until everything is well incorporated. Then when it's time to cook, you want to preheat a non-stick frying pan and add some butter. Using a ladle, you want to scoop the mixture slowly into the pan, just enough to either cover the bottom of the pan or to make a weird shape like I did. And you want to cook until it is golden. You can add more butter if needed. I've noticed that the crepes becomes less golden if you use vegan butter or vegan milk. So if you use milk substitute or butter substitute, it will be less golden. You may need to add a little bit more butter into your pan for it to be a little bit more golden. And this is the last one I had, and I forgot to film the result. I am sorry. So sorry. So this is the recipe for today. I have another version of this, which I added 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder into the mixture, and it was delicious. It tasted like chocolate. It was really good. It was really tasty. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is 2 recipes that I do for breakfast from time to time, and they are really beloved. But I hope you guys will try it, and I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye bye!